Hey, I'm Ash Paulsen, creator and co-founder of Good Vibes Gaming on YouTube and Patreon, and you are watching In Conversation with Amber the Fangirl.
Hi guys, Amber here. Welcome back to In Conversation with ATF. Now, I've gotten rid of my cat ears for a very specific reason. I'm now wearing Parappa's little beanie. Now, the reason why is because I'm interviewing a I'd say, you a friend of mine? Yeah, I class you as a friend. Yeah,
Of course.
yeah, of course. My guest is a gamer. He is a part of Good Vibes Gaming. He is a gaming expert. He's a fan of Parappa the Rapper, hence why I'm wearing this
I am
beanie.
indeed, yes.
And you have a Parappa beanie as well, don't you?
I do. Yes, I do. It's in my closet. I'm obviously not wearing it at present, but I do, and it's one of my favorite gaming-related things I own. I'm such a huge rhythm game fan in general, but also especially a huge Parappa fan. And once I got that beanie, I was like, oh, I think I got it at a State of Play show several years ago, one of the PlayStation conferences. And I saw it and I had to buy it. I'm like, that's, you see a Parappa beanie, you buy it. Done.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if you saw me at Game That Tune last time, and I had my Parappa beanie with
Yes.
me.
Yes. Yeah.
You
That was
see,
when my dad and I did our last live show
yeah, with
at
Richard
uh, at
Horvitz.
Flappers. Yeah.
Yeah, but but this was the one with Richard Horvitz, which was all virtual and stuff, because that's when I had Parappa because I got him for my birthday.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. For some reason, I thought I remembered you wearing the beanie when we were there with
Yeah,
Cam Clark as well.
Cam Clark. I don't think. No, I
Was
don't.
it maybe it was a different episode that we had live, but I thought I remembered seeing you wearing your Parappa beanie on the big screen behind us when we were
That
live
was
at
when it was
Flappers.
Jeff Bennett.
Oh, it was Jeff Bennett that time. Cam Clark was the live show before that. Okay. We've done so many
Ah,
now that it's hard to remember.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. My guest is also the son of voice acting legend Rob Paulsen, and this afternoon's a bit of a giveaway to who he is because my guest is Ash Paulsen. Welcome.
Well, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me, and it's
You're
a pleasure.
welcome. Yeah, you're welcome, man. I've wanted to talk to you for a long time now. I know I've spoken to you in the voice chat in the Good Vibes Gaming Discord, but I've never had a proper face-to-face one-on-one chat with you
Right.
yourself. So I feel honored at the moment because every time we
Well,
spoke, it's I'd been at Game That Tune or in the Good Vibes Gaming server.
well, the honor is all mine, and as Snake would say, the man doesn't live up to the legend, I'm afraid. So yeah, no, the pleasure's all mine, and I'm just happy to be here, and I'm glad you want to talk.
Sweet. So, Ash, how are you?
I'm okay. It's a Tuesday. I wish it was closer to Friday than it is, but it's a Tuesday, hanging in there.
Oh,
Yeah, just getting stuff done, putting out some fires at my day job, and yeah, just getting stuff done, getting through the week.
oh, I see. That's cool. I can't
Yeah,
wait for the weekend. Yeah.
big same. I live for the
Yeah.
weekends these days.
This weekend I'm meeting Nolan North in person.
Oh, that's so great. He's wonderful. He is a lovely, lovely man, and I've been lucky to meet him in person as well. He's just a great guy.
That's so lovely to hear,
Yeah,
definitely.
he's wonderful.
Wow. So Ash, I know you're not a voice actor, but you're more of a gamer. So I'd really like to start off talking about video games.
Sure. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying to get more into the voice acting space, and I've done some stuff for YouTube and things like that, but nothing big, obviously. But I really do enjoy doing impressions like Sonic and Shadow and such. But yeah, no, gaming is my main thing, and I would love to do voice acting for games someday. But yeah, I'm a content creator and YouTuber, and I guess overall journalist, media guy in the gaming space. And yeah, Good Vibes Gaming, as you mentioned, is on my shirt here. It's my channel. I'm the creator and co-founder of Good Vibes Gaming. We're on YouTube, Patreon, Discord. We got a whole thing going on, and I'm very proud of what we've built.
Very glad to hear that. Yeah, because didn't wasn't the channel originated by someone else, wasn't it? John,
Right.
if that was it John,
Yeah.
if I'm not correct.
So
Yeah.
what it is we're basically the whole GameXplain crew reformed under a new umbrella. We all left GameXplain for, well, mainly because we were all being exploited, and we decided we wanted to take things into our own hands and create our own channel where we have creative freedom, and where the work we do rewards us instead of one person who owns the channel. It comes back to us. And yeah, so we all left GameXplain and reformed under Good Vibes Gaming, which, as you correctly mentioned, was originally John Cartwright's channel. John Cartwright being one of the key members of GameXplain, and he actually donated his channel to us to, build it up with a head start of around 30,000 subscribers who were already GameXplain fans. And so over the next year, we grew that to around 75,000. And then we were able to bring John back in. We were so excited. We were finally able to bring John back in. And now we're all back together at Good Vibes Gaming, which was, again, originally his channel. And we're about to hit 100K now. And we're continuing to grow. And it's very exciting.
Finally get the silver play button.
Exactly. We're going to, and not just one, we're going to spring for 5 more because it's a team of 6. And even though we have to pay for it, that's the glory doesn't go to one person. None of this would happen without every single one of us. So we're going to spring for a full set of 6 play buttons and make sure everyone on the team gets one.
That's so sweet of you. Aww.
Yeah, of course. No, especially because of where we came from, everything went to the one person, the one channel owner, and we got very, very little in comparison. And so, just because of where we come from, we're never, ever going to do anything like underpay people or ask people to work for free or have all the glory go to one person. That's not who we are. That's not how we roll at Good Vibes Gaming. It's a team effort, and it's always going to be recognized as such.
That's a lovely thing of you to say, Ash. Definitely.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So Ash, I'd like to ask, well, of course, it's a bit of a silly question. Who's your favorite video game character?
Oh, X. Mega Man
Was it X? I thought it was Mega Man.
No, Mega Man's up there. Mega Man is absolutely up there. All versions of Mega Man I love, but X himself is my favorite character of all time from anything. Video games, TV, movies, anime, whatever. He's my favorite character. Mega Man X.
Oh, it was Mega Man X, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's all good.
Actually, that reminds me. I was having a discussion a few years back with a few of my friends, and I said, "What game is Mega Man from?" Mega Man.
I think. Hey, it happens.
Yeah, and I think what's his name? Who's the Shovel guy? Is it Shovel Knight or
Shovel Knight? Yes, Shovel Knight. Is definitely based on. Well, the various different platforming franchises, but Mega Man is one of the big ones that Shovel Knight's based on.
Ah, right. I see. I was going to say, I did ask because I think I said another game where it's such and such from, and then it said, I think it might have been Bayonetta. What game's Bayonetta from? She's from Bayonetta.
Yeah, from Bayonetta. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously you main Mega Man in Smash. I main Banjo-Kazooie.
Nice.
Have you ever played as Banjo-Kazooie in Smash before?
Oh, plenty of times. Actually, they were my 3rd most wanted character. They were like my 3rd most wanted character ever in Smash. And so I actually got my top 3. I got Mega Man, I got Sora, and I got Banjo-Kazooie. And so I do play them quite a bit. I
think just hearing you on Twitter, just express your happiness when Sora was added. It warmed my heart.
Oh, not only that, but the video is still up there on YouTube, our Good Vibes Gaming reaction stream to The Last Sakurai Presents. I popped off. I just lost my mind when Sora was revealed as the final character because I didn't dare to hope. I was afraid it was going to be some like Cinderace, like a Gen 8 Pokemon or something, or some other character that not that I would ever complain because look at the roster in Smash Ultimate. It's over 80 characters.
Everyone is here.
I could never complain, but I was so hoping Sora had one last chance, and it happened.
I doubted it because of the whole copyright with Disney and Square Enix and stuff. But apparently they've been working on it for years, and they were going to add him to the Wii U and 3DS, but obviously it didn't really work out.
Right. It turned out he was the true winner of the Smash 4 fighter ballot.
Yeah,
but they couldn't reveal that at the time because the deal wasn't in place to make it happen yet. But 6 years later or so, here he is. He made it. Sora's finally here.
Exactly, yeah. And it kind of links as well because I think your dad was in some of the Kingdom Hearts games as well.
He was, yeah. He played, I believe, I want to say Prince Eric from the Cinderella world, and I think Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, maybe. Was it? I think so. Is it Prince Eric? One of the princes, either the Cinderella prince.
Jacques in Cinderella, the mouse.
That's what it is. Okay, right. And then he played Prince Eric, who might actually be the Little Mermaid prince. I'm not a big Disney, I like Disney, but I'm not like an expert So
It's okay. It's
yeah,
okay. For those of you at home who don't know, well, I mean, you might know already because of the last name. Ash is the son of legendary voice actor Rob Paulsen, who I had on my show 2 months ago. So it's nice to kind of link, sort of like in a family way, I guess. So I'm sure you get asked about your dad tons of times.
sure.
Yeah. Does it ever tire you out?
Not really. I mean, I think it did a little bit more as a kid because I would certainly, I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. And so I would have a lot of people pretend to be my friend just to get like an autograph from my dad or whatever as a kid. But
Oh,
that was years and years and years ago. That's certainly not an issue anymore. And yeah, no, I mean, I certainly get asked about my dad a lot, but I've gotten to the point in my life where I've kind of built my own identity and career. So I get asked about him, but people also want to talk to me for me because of what I do in the gaming industry and the gaming sphere, and not just talk about my dad. And so it's great because we promote each other, where we lift each other up, and obviously he's got a way bigger fan base than I do, but we do still have our own distinct fan bases that kind of cross pollinate, and we lift each other up, and we're trying to do cool stuff together, like Game That Tune, which you've seen a few times,
yeah.
and yeah, so I certainly get asked about it a lot. Really the only time it bothers me is when I get, I don't use Facebook anymore, but I get like a bunch of Facebook friend requests and messages from people who are my dad's fans, which is totally fine, but they only want to talk to me because of my dad. They have no interest in talking to me as my own person. They just want to be connected to anyone who's connected to my dad, which is just kind of, my wife gets that about me too. Like my wife will get messages from fans of me, from GVG fans who only want to talk to her sometimes because of me. Like, oh, what's Ash doing? What's Ash's favorite game? And that's not fun for anybody. So that's really the only time it bothers me. But that doesn't, I ignore Facebook anyway, so it's not really an issue.
That's fair. Yeah. I know I did talk to your wife a few times, so I'm sorry if you thought that was kind of intrusive or anything, because I think you
Oh,
did tell me to the kind of like,
yeah,
back
she's just a
off.
very private person and prefers not to, she's not a public internet persona like I am, so, or like my dad. So
Yeah.
she just kind of prefers to kind of have her privacy and have a wall there, which I completely respect.
Well, that's completely understandable. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. A lot of people I'm like that sometimes when I just want to be left alone. I just want to be left alone.
right, exactly.
Yeah. So, well, we're here now. We might as well discuss this and then push it to one side so we can focus on you. I've got to get all the questions or little
No, please,
stories
let's
about you
let's do
growing
it.
up, about your childhood and growing up with your dad. First of all, I just want to ask, growing up, obviously, your dad was already a voice actor when you were born, because I believe you were born in 85, or was it 86?
84 actually.
Oh, 84.
But
Oh, right.
but we can push that ahead as much as you want. We could do 87, hell, 88, that's fine. But no,
Okay.
I was born in 84.
I see. So the year the Transformers cartoon started, and your dad voiced Air Raid and no, was it Air Raid and Slingshot? Yeah,
I
Air Raid and
believe
Slingshot.
so.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
season 2 though.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so growing up, obviously as a kid with probably one of the biggest voice actors in history as your dad, what was it? What was it like? Did he do funny voices in your youth? Did he read like stories? What was it like really growing up with him? Was he different to when he was doing voiceover? Like, is he different as a family man in a good way, of course?
Not really. I mean, like a lot of people may have seemed to sometimes assume that, oh, he would just do voices walking around the house and all that. And no, because if he did, my mom would have killed him. Like there's no way she would have stood for that. So, I mean, no, my dad was, I mean, it was a lot of fun growing up with my dad as a big time voice actor. But he still did the same dad things other dads would do. I still had to eat my veggies and, go to bed on time. And, so it wasn't really any different in that sense, but I did get so many cool opportunities to travel with him, to go to like Warner Brothers studio store signings and conventions like San Diego Comic-Con. I would go with him every year, which is way before I started working conventions myself in my own career. And yeah, I mean, it afforded me so many cool travel opportunities and opportunities to meet other great people in the voice acting community. I'm very lucky to count people like Jeff Bennett, Billy West, Mark Hamill, Jess Harnell, Tress McNeil among my friends. They're friends. They're friends of mine, and that's really cool to have such a great community of people that you can call just your friend. It's not as though we just go and hang out all the time, but they're people who have seen me grow up and who I have a very casual relationship with, and that's been very cool. Um, It was very neat for me, especially as a fan of the Ninja Turtles, to have my dad be one of the Ninja Turtles. Like I would have been a fan of the TMNT anyway, because I love TMNT, but having my dad be Raphael growing up and then later on Donatello when I was a young adult was very cool. And it's still cool. I mean, with Shredder's Revenge coming out in
Bring back
later this
the original
year.
voice actors.
Yeah, and that was something I actually knew for like a good half a year before I could say anything about it. But I was so happy when they finally divulged the news at PAX East. So I'm like, finally, I can talk about it. And I knew people were going to be so excited. And it's great for me to see and hear him in this game because, he's done a few games, certainly, but not that many compared to cartoons, of course. So for him to be, doing his OG Raphael voice in a proper new TMNT beat 'em up game is very cool for me.
Oh, that's so lovely. Oh, that's made my heart swell. Oh, I wonder who's
No, it's
voicing
great.
Shredder because
I don't know.
who voiced Shredder? Was it James Avery?
It was James Avery in the original cartoon, and you could definitely tell from playing the game. I heard, Shredder has a laugh at the beginning of the first level. He has like an evil laugh, and you can tell obviously it's not James Avery. But I don't know who it is, and they sound perfectly fine, but you can never quite, replace Avery's Shredder. Like what an iconic voice.
Uncle Phil from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Did you meet him, may I ask?
I never did, or if I did, it would have been as a small kid, and I didn't remember it. I probably did as a kid, to be honest, but I don't have any memory of it.
I see. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me ask you about a few other voice acting friends of mine. As you mentioned before, some of them I'm on close terms with. Billy West is a really good friend of mine. Jeff Bennett, of course, I met virtually at Game That Tune.
Oh, right.
I know Tara Strong, Frank Welker, Corey Burton, Mark Hamill. Not on a personal level, I'm just a huge fan of his Joker at the moment.
Oh, he's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So have you met Frank, Corey, and Mark in person as a kid? And if so, what's your favorite memories of them growing up? Or what
God, I mean, I met them all at various points in my life.
Well, let's start off with Mark first.
Mark is probably the one that I've seen the most over the years. He's come to various like birthday parties I've had over the years. And I went to I believe it was his retirement party or his
retirement.
Well, not retirement. No, sorry, not retirement. Obviously not. It was his birthday. It was like
a
birthday.
Me then.
Yeah, sorry. No. I got him mixed up. I went to Andrea Romano's retirement party. She's also a friend of mine. But no, I went to like one of his birthdays, and he's just a lovely, lovely human being. Very eccentric, but in all the best ways. And he's just he couldn't be kinder or more humble. And he's freaking Luke Skywalker. And so to be able to say that
Joker.
and the Joker, and so to be able to say that about somebody who's such an iconic actor to so many people, to for him to be so humble and kind really means a lot. And I mean, that's what I can say about everybody in the voice acting sphere whom I've met. I can't think of anybody I've met that isn't kind and just accommodating and feeling like they're lucky to be there. And that's really kind of a common thread with all the voice actors I've met over the years.
That's so sweet. And I know you mentioned Andrea Romano and obviously Mark Hamill, which brings us to Batman the Animated Series. Did you grow up watching that show? Because that's my new favorite show.
Oh, absolutely. Batman
I've met Kevin Conroy.
Me too.
I've met Will Friedle as well. I know he's in Batman Beyond, but I met them both.
Very cool. No, and Kevin Conroy still is doing the whole Batman thing. He's still hanging in there as Batman. I think he's playing Batman in Multiverses.
Yeah, have you had an email about the closed alpha?
I did. I didn't get the email though, so I hope I get in. But I signed up.
I got an invite this evening.
Nice. Well, congratulations. Maybe I'll see you in there if I do get an invite.
We'll see. Hopefully. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'll be on my Xbox though. So yeah, I'll send you my gamer tag and stuff. But I will be uploading a lot of gameplay onto my YouTube channel and stuff. I know Raindog is voiced by Andrew Frankel, who's done a few voices for Jellystone. Cool. Yeah. He was actually a sound engineer he worked at Salami Studios.
Oh,
and then
Salami.
He got into voice acting. Yeah. So now he's just blossomed into this little voice actor. He's so great. And like I've interviewed him before, like after he'd done Jellystone, but when he wasn't as known, and then obviously he's in Multiverses now, and it's just amazing, really. Yeah,
very cool.
So as you can probably tell, that's me there with Kevin Conroy and Will Friedle.
Yes.
Have you met Will Friedle?
No, I've not.
Haven't?
No, I have not. Yeah, no, I can't say I have.
Ooh,
Hmm.
well, I've kind of caught you out there then.
Yeah,
There's
for
people you
sure.
haven't met, yeah. Um, have you met Corey Burton?
Maybe once or maybe briefly, and it wasn't. Yeah, probably when I was younger.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
What about probably like your dad's hero, Frank Welker?
Oh, Frank, many times, and also Jim Cummings, who's going to be playing Taz
I'm
in
thinking,
Multiverses.
yeah, and Tara
Yeah,
Strong's Harley Quinn as well.
right. She's Harley Quinn.
She's
So
great.
yeah, no, I have met
Picture of
Frank and
her.
Jim several times. They're great. Tara's great, and she actually, originally knew of Tara due to her playing Riku in Final Fantasy X. And
Wow.
she was the role that really got me to be a fan of her. That was the role because I'm, again, more into the gaming side of things. And
Yeah.
so yeah, when she was Riku in FF10, that's kind of how I learned of Tara Strong.
That's so lovely. So about
Yeah.
Frank again, I'm sorry, I need to stop gushing about Frank, but
No, he's wonderful.
I know. Like, when did you first meet him? Was it when you were a kid or when you
It
were a
would have been
teen?
out, yeah, when I was a kid at some point. I don't know exactly when, but probably 7 or 8 years old, or I don't even know.
And you've grown up just to be this smashing young adult, and it's just so cool how like it's 30 years he's just seen you just grow up through different stages of childhood, teenagehood, adulthood. It's amazing with all these voice actors. It doesn't
Right.
just count for Frank. But wow, that's so wholesome, and that's my heart. He's a
It's
pilot,
been
right?
I think I did know that. I didn't know offhand, but I think I remember hearing that. I think my dad told me actually. Yeah.
Yeah. What were you going to
Yeah.
say? Sorry, before I
Oh,
interrupt.
nothing. No, no. I think I think my dad didn't mention that. I think they've gone out on flights together, actually, if I remember
Oh,
correctly. Maybe. Yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it for the Rob Paulsen side. Not all together, don't worry.
No worries. All
Let's
good.
move all the way back to gaming because I've got a few good games that I would love to bring up.
All
Now,
right, let's do it.
of course, my favorite game is Animal Crossing, and
Okay.
as me cosplaying, I will be cosplaying as Isabel this weekend.
Very nice.
Yeah, so I believe you said you haven't played Animal Crossing before. Am I
Oh no,
correct?
I have. I've just kind of had
Oh,
my fill of it. So I primarily spent most of my time with Animal Crossing with the handheld ones, Wild World on DS and then New Leaf on 3DS. And I think between those two games, I probably spent a good 70 or 80 hours, and I just feel like I had my fill. So by the time New Horizons came out, I was like, I'm good. I have nothing against Animal Crossing. I'm just not really into life sim type games as much. And so I just kind of feel like I got my fill of it. But clearly, people love Animal Crossing. And I do have a favorite villager. It's Reese. Reese is definitely my favorite Animal Crossing villager. She's
oh,
adorable. And
wow.
yeah, she's definitely my favorite. And yeah, no, Animal Crossing is great. Which one's your favorite?
New Horizons.
Okay, New Horizons. Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
I got it the day it came out, so that was really fun.
Very cool.
Yeah, it came out obviously like the height of the pandemic, or as soon as the pandemic started, so it
Right.
was pretty much my therapy for the whole lockdown.
It could not have come out at a better time. Like,
Exactly. I think
yeah,
that's why it's the second most highest selling Switch game in the world, just
right.
behind Mario
Yeah,
Kart 8.
I believe so. Yeah, the latest NPD numbers just or Nintendo's latest
Yeah,
sell through numbers just came through like a week ago,
it did, yeah.
and I know Animal Crossing's high up there for sure.
Highest selling Switch games. Here we go. Number one is Mario Kart 8.
That'll always be probably because
Number
just the pack in
Oh
element.
yeah, with the new courses and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, can't wait for that. Number two is Animal Crossing: New
there you go.
Horizons. Number three is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
No surprise there.
The fourth is Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Number five is Pokemon Sword and Shield. Number six is Mario Odyssey. Number seven is Super Mario Party. I wouldn't have thought it would have been on
Which
there.
is odd because it's not a particularly good Mario Party game in my opinion, at least.
I've
But
only played it once, and that was about a year ago.
yeah,
Yeah. Uh, eight is Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which was only released last year, I think.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nine is Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, and 10 is Ring Fit Adventure.
Which I could probably use to spend a little more time playing because I have certainly put on a little pandemic weight. So I could stand to spend a little more time playing Ring Fit Adventure.
Ah, that's cool. Yeah, I'll have a
Yeah.
look. Ooh. WarioWare to Get It Together is the 51st. So, oh yeah, I forgot Mario Kart Live Home circuit
Oh, Mario
exists.
Kart Home Circuit. Yeah. That was a
Yeah,
thing that happened.
yeah, definitely. Among Us is oh yeah, 1-2-Switch is 26, and I always think of that because you know who Grey Delal is. She's on the cover.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, if you basically she's pictured on the cover, it's literally it says on the Wikipedia page, Grey Jalal appears on the cover, albeit with her nose being doctored to look larger.
Oh,
Got on Twitter.
right.
Got so excited to be on the Nintendo Switch box. I might as well just share my screen. It's a lot easier, isn't it?
Sure.
Let me just get a bit of close to these things. Just so because like it constantly lags on my end when I share my screen. So
I actually
they
got to work with Gray before.
oh really? They photoshopped my nose a tad bigger than it
Oh,
is,
that's
but still a
funny.
huge.
I didn't realize that was her on the 1-2 switch box. That's funny. Now that I can totally see it now.
Still a
But
huge honor. I'm not sure if can you see my cursor?
I can. I love that.
It's Bob.
Yes, that's fantastic. No,
Yeah.
she and I actually worked together. Well, we didn't work together, but I worked on a show that she was on. I was early in my career. I worked as a production assistant at Nickelodeon Animation, and I worked
Really?
as a PA on Tough Puppy. So yeah,
Oh,
I got to work with her on Tough Puppy, and that was pretty
wow.
cool.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that. So
yeah,
wow. So that would have been with oh my gosh, yeah, because your dad was on it. He was the voice of Bird Brain.
right, right. He was, and Jeff Bennett was Keswick. Did an amazing job.
Yeah, Darren Norris
Um,
was in it as well.
yep, he was. No, it was a fun show to be on
Wow, that's so cool.
or work on, I should say.
Yeah.
Even though being a PA is, kind of sucks, but it was still a cool thing to be part of.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, here we are. It says on IMDb, Tough Puppy, production assistant, 13 episodes. Oh, you're a production assistant on Fairly Odd Parents too.
Yes, I was that as well. Yeah, Fairly Odd Parents and Tough Puppy.
Wow. So what does a production assistant do?
Everything really that nobody else wants to do. So they, you're the lowest rung on the totem pole. So basically, you're setting up for pitch meetings, you're cleaning up after pitch meetings, you're running documents to and from artists and animators and production managers and managing assets, a lot of the busy work that is not glamorous. And if something goes wrong, even if it's not your fault, you take the blame because you're the lowest rung on the ladder, so to speak. So stuff, basically that just being an errand person, essentially.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, I would love to be a production assistant on a at Nickelodeon because I bet I've heard the studios like really wacky and stuff. Is it true?
I don't know if that's true anymore because I know that when I left, the studio was undergoing a major renovation I believe, under a new president at the time, and they were actually trying to de-wackify it, as it were. Like they were actually trying to, because when I started working there, the walls are all different colors. Like it looked like a place that Nickelodeon would be at. But then as I was leaving, they were like redoing the whole studio to make it much more corporate, white walls, like stark white walls, like a lot less animated and colorful. And I think that was on purpose. So I don't know what it's like to work there now. Yeah. I don't know what it's like working there now, but I do know from what I've heard, at least, that it definitely is a different place now than it was when I worked there. And I think it's a little bit more subdued, not quite as wacky, not quite as animated. Not to say it's not a good place to work, but I just don't think it's the same as it was when I was there.
Yeah, I kind of want to come to LA. It's always been a big dream of mine to visit
Oh, LA is
California.
wonderful. I love it here.
I've got so many friends in LA, like voice actor friends, and they just want to meet me and stuff. And I know a lot of them hardly do British conventions. I know Billy West was going to do Wells Comic Con where Kevin Conroy and Will were,
Mm-hmm.
or Fidel, but he cancelled a few weeks before. So I nearly got to meet him, but
yeah, almost.
Yeah. So yeah, he helped me. He helped me on my documentary, which was on Bill Scott, the voice actor. Not sure if you're familiar with him.
No, I'm not.
He was the voice of Bullwinkle, the original voice of Bullwinkle.
Oh, okay, great. Very cool.
Yeah, I was going to interview with your dad, but I think he was too busy to participate in an interview at the time. He didn't work with him, but he does admire his work.
Mm-hmm.
There is that, yeah. Next game, it's Parappa the Rapper.
Oh, hell yeah.
It looks
Parappa.
like I've got ears. It does look like I've got ears.
It's great. I love it.
So cool. Yeah. So, of course, I'd like to ask, what's your favorite game? Parappa 1 or Parappa 2?
It's Parappa 1, but I think Parappa 2 is underrated. People tend to kind of like
overlook
Parappa 2 and kind of ignore it and just kind of assume it's just not as good. And it isn't as good, but it's still pretty damn good in its own right. I like it.
The animations are a lot better, and I think the songs are a bit better as well, to be fair.
I think so too, yeah.
I have Parappa 1 and 2 in my little cupboard here. I am getting in the post. I've just won an eBay bid for Jamalami.
Oh, very cool. I love Lammy.
Have you played that? The
I
PS1.
have, yeah.
Wow. I
Yeah,
see.
I have.
Quickly, here we are. Oh yes, these are perfect for my Rodney Greenblatt interview tomorrow. I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, but that's the
Nice.
European
Yep.
box art, and then obviously that's the European box art for the second game.
Right.
I don't know why the images are stretched on the back. It always makes me laugh.
That's really weird. They're super stretched out, aren't they?
MS Paint looking guys.
Yeah.
I have interviewed a few folks from the Parappa industry, and I'm interviewing Ronnie Greenback tomorrow. I've interviewed Rue Waterby. He wrote a lot of songs for the game and a lot of translations for the game, and was the voice of Chop Chop Master Onion.
Very cool.
I had one planned with Dread Fox, but it fell through. I've done one with Freedom Bremner, who was Boxy Boy and Hairdresser Octopus in the second game, and he's also sending me a Japanese exclusive CD of the Parappa 2 soundtrack. He has tons of spares.
That's awesome. Very cool.
So yeah, it's been a really good game, and I used to use an emulator to play the first Parappa game and Jamalami online. But now I'm getting their physical copies. It's just going to be even better and easier. So I'm quite happy with myself. Yeah. Who's your favorite character or like teacher from the Parappa series? It can also be from Jamalami as well.
That's tough. I mean, I think it's kind of the typical answer, but it's really hard to not go with Chop Chop Master Onion because I mean he's so cool. Yeah, I mean it's probably going to be Chop Chop Master Onion. He's definitely my favorite. I do like Instructor Musisha a lot as well, but I think if I had to pick just one, what's his name? I'm trying to remember.
Just describe him for me. I'll probably.
Prince Flea Swallow. I really like Prince Flea Swallow.
I've got some sad news. His voice.
I think you mentioned this.
Lanky Don passed away at the start.
Right. Yeah. He might actually be my favorite. Chop Chop Master Onion is a close second.
Oh, that's so bless. So Rue, who voiced Chop Chop Master Onion, is actually I think he's a black belt jiu-jitsu in real life.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so he was really nice to talk to. He hosts a radio show now in I can't remember he hosts a radio station. Like I can't remember what is it? I can't remember. I literally can't remember for the life of me. I've got so much picture. 89.7 MHZ Tokyo. So yeah.
Okay.
Inter FM. That's it. Yeah, you can't listen to it outside of Japan because of I think license restrictions. But
okay, that makes sense.
A few of the shows have been put on YouTube, so I just listen to them in my spare time. But he's brilliant.
Oh, awesome.
I keep in touch with him and stuff. So this is like the video game week. Obviously, we just had Nolan. I'm talking to you, and then talking to Rodney Greenblatt. So that's really cool. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Exciting. Did you grow up playing Parappa? May I ask?
Oh, I mean, certainly. Yeah, I played it when it first came out on the PS1. So I would have been around.
Really?
I want to say I would have been around 14 at that time, maybe 13, 14. Around, let's say 12 to 14 is when I would have played Parappa for the first time. But yeah, I don't remember exactly how I heard about it. I think I don't know how I heard about it exactly, but I always have had a deep love for music that really my dad helped instill in me. And I love the idea of a rhythm game. And that was, the Parappa was a, kind of a pioneer for the rhythm game genre. There weren't a lot of rhythm games before Parappa. And, Parappa was certainly one of the first to kind of explore that genre of gaming. And I loved it. There was nothing like it at the time. And it just remained one of my favorite games throughout the years. And then that would, of course, lead into other really cool early rhythm game experiences like Gitaru Man on PS2 alongside Parappa 2. And Gitaru Man is great. If you love Parappa, you would love Gitaru Man as well. And so I highly recommend that if you haven't played it. And Gitaru Man is great. And yeah, so I played Parappa actually with a buddy of mine at the time. He and I were both really into it. And we played it on our PS1s. Yeah, growing up, certainly.
That's wonderful. Yeah, because Rue told me he grew up in Los Angeles. So he grew up with all the old... I can't remember if he was born in the 60s, so he would have grown up with like the Hanna-Barbera stuff and all that, all that jazz. So it's kind of cool. And then obviously he moved to Tokyo. But yeah, I've just remembered Sarah Ramirez, who voiced Lammy, is whilst all the voice actors are like still based around New York area, Sarah is based in Los Angeles, I believe, because they've been on they were Queen Miranda in Sophia the First, so they've done a lot of like cartoons for Disney and like sort of like animation, Dora the Explorer and everything like that. So might have been a slim chance that they've worked with your dad. I'm not entirely sure. I'm having a look now. I don't believe so.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Still, it would have been so cool. Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Do you play Grand Theft Auto?
Not as much. I definitely respect the series, and I respect its tremendous impact and influence on games. But the only one I really played a whole lot was GTA 4, which ironically is a lot of GTA fans' least favorite one. I played quite a bit of 4, played a little bit of 3, bounced off of Vice City very quickly. Same with San Andreas. And I played a little bit of 5, but it's just not my thing as much. I don't play a lot of open world games, just frankly, because I don't have time. But yeah, I'm just not into the whole GTA thing as much, but I certainly have played various games in the series.
Yeah, I think Trevor's my favorite from
Trevor,
GTA
yeah.
5. I've met his voice actor, Stephen Ogg, and he was also on OKKO. Let's be here.
Very cool.
Professor Venomous. Yeah, I met him in Liverpool Comic Con, which is where I'm going to this weekend. They're always getting the good guests out.
Fun. I'm so glad we can do shows again. I just got back from PAX East a couple of weeks ago, and it was so nice finally being able to travel and see all my game industry friends and meet GVG fans. And it's just, I'm so glad to be able to do stuff like that again.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, I really hope like maybe you and your dad could do a joint appearance someday at a convention, because I'd love for your dad to come to a con over here. I know he's done Dublin, but I couldn't go because I had a family emergency.
I see.
So if it was somewhere in England, then that'd be convenient.
I'd love that. I've been to England actually, and I'm going to be back there in July. Actually, I'm going to be coming in July.
Oh, really?
Oh, very cool.
What for?
From one of my best friend, or my best friend actually. I'm his best man in his wedding. And
didn't you say this was in Dublin? I think.
So, well, the stag party is going to be in Dublin. I'm going to be meeting. He lives in London, he lives in London. So I'm going to be meeting him for the suit fitting in London, and then we're going to go from there to Dublin for the stag party.
Wow, that's
cool. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Wow. Well, I don't know if I'll be going to London that month, because I sometimes do regular trips just because why not? I'm a media person. I love the buzz of meeting people. So if I'm around London at the same time, I might as well just say, oh yeah, come see me, say hi, and I'll let you go on your way. But it would be lovely to meet you.
Yeah, no, I love London. I lived there for about 3 months several years ago, and I really liked it. Yeah. Wow. Great place. Yeah, no, it was my wife was studying abroad. My wife is studying abroad and studying there. And so for my post-graduation trip, I kind of went around Europe with her and stayed with her in London as a base.
Wow.
And it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
That's so cool. Well, I'd like to show you something. There's a secondhand shop in the UK called CEX. Well, it's pronounced sex, but I like to say it's CEX. Because, where are you going? Sex.
Nice.
Nice. So they sell like second like video game consoles, DVDs, and stuff like that. I found the most expensive game that they sell. That? Mega Man X2.
Oh, that's not surprising. Yep. The Super Nintendo Mega Man games tend to be very expensive.
Why?
Especially X2, X3, and 7 are all because they're rare. They were never really there weren't that many cartridges printed compared to the original X game. And there's a lot of rarity in the used games market among later era Super Nintendo games. So it's not just Mega Man, but games like Chrono Trigger, Secret of Evermore, Secret of Mana. Those are all very expensive. FF6, those are all pretty expensive in the Western used games market.
Wow, I didn't know that. Going back to open world games and stuff, I can't remember what we were saying, but it made me think of life games. We talk about how you with Animal Crossing and stuff. I played The Sims 4 for the first time this morning. I couldn't really get past it. It was just so confusing. I quit after 10 minutes. I'm like, I'm not playing that again. That was so complicated. It's just better to play it on the PC, to be fair, because I grew up obviously with 3 siblings, and I have an older brother, an older sister, and a younger brother. My older sister always used to play The Sims, the first Sims, on family computer, and I would have been only about 3 at the time, but I remember obviously like just watching her or doing it with her, and like fast forwarding the time, and I can just picture it now and stuff. And I remember because I saw a TikTok the other day, and it's just this guy washing dishes, like POV. It's 2005, and he's washing the dishes, and then it cuts to a computer. And then it's the burglar just walking along the street with the creepy music. And then it's this guy that's just getting absolutely crapping himself. It's just so funny, and it just made me think,
Oh yeah,
yeah, I prefer the old Sims.
sure.
A lot more simple. Yeah.
My wife is a big Sims fan too. I think she likes The Sims 3 is her favorite one, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Oh, right. I
Yeah,
see. Yeah. I still
yeah.
find it hard to build a house. I'm 18 in
Uh-huh.
Sims.
Oh yeah.
So why is it so hard? I don't understand why it's so hard. Like,
Uh-huh.
what? I don't understand. Oh
Just
well.
build a house in real life. What much easier?
Yeah.
Much easier.
We're planning on getting a plot of land and rebuilding our house
Oh,
somewhere
very
in the
cool.
little countryside.
Okay.
So, yeah. And also we're going on holiday in a few weeks to nice little North Wales near the longest town name in the world. Canberra, Gwyngyth, Gogara, Quint, Loblands,
Uh-huh.
Not sure if you've ever heard of that, but
No, I haven't.
it's a nice little cottage. It's all surrounded by wildlife. It's got a big lake. The reason why I'm saying this is because my brother's taking his PS2 because he constantly plays his PS2, and
Mhm.
I'm bringing Jamalami Prep 1 and 2.
Awesome.
So it's just play that for a week away from society, just
Oh,
escaping.
that'll be great. And if you bring Final Fantasy X, you can bring Terra Strong with you.
I do have Final Fantasy X. My brother used to play it, my older brother.
Well, there you go. You can bring her and James Arnold Taylor and Hetty Burris and John DiMaggio. They're all in the main cast of that game, so you can bring them all with you.
Brilliant. They could just fit in my pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, because I remember I found on an old memory card a save from Final Fantasy X from 2007
Wow. Yeah.
that my older brother had. And when I went to meet Tara in London for her first UK appearance, someone behind me was cosplaying as Riku. And I was
Oh,
like,
very
oh, yeah, I'm
cool.
cosplaying as Riku. She played a character called Riku in Final Fantasy X. I was like, I have siblings who used to play that, so I am
Uh-huh.
aware of that.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'd like to just round this interview off with a few quick fire questions.
Sure, let's do it.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Wow, Nolan North's favorite color is blue too.
Well, he has good taste. Great minds think
Yeah,
alike.
I'm a yellow person, but I like blue as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
My wife's
definitely.
favorite color is yellow.
Oh wow, good
Yeah.
taste.
Yep.
Good taste. Yeah.
She does.
What's your favorite food?
Oh God, that's really hard. Probably if coffee doesn't count because that's a drink, then probably like Japanese curry rice or is up there. Japanese curry rice, Korean barbecue, pizza, Al Pastor street tacos. Take your pick, but probably curry rice.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're stranded on a desert island. Well, not at the second, but you maybe in the future you could be. You can only choose 3 items to take with you. What would they be, and
Oh
why?
man. I guess does this island have power? Is it worth me bringing my Switch or anything? Or
It's in your imagination. It's
well,
dependent.
then I'm going to assume that this island has some sort of generator,
A
like maybe
plug
this is
outlet
Lost
in the
Island, a plug
palm
outlet. So
tree.
definitely my Switch for sure. Just so I have constantly have a huge, you know, collection of games to play. Beyond that, man, I guess I have to have food, right? Or else I'm just going to die. So I guess some sort of food source, or no, I guess I'm foraging, right? So I guess, yeah, my Switch, I guess my phone so I can stay in contact with everybody and my friends and family and stuff. And then beyond that, it's got to be like a self regenerating coffee bar because I love coffee. So I got to always have a source of coffee. So some sort of self replenishing coffee source, my Switch, and I guess my smartphone.
That's a good idea. And final
Yeah.
question is, what is your ideal weekend activity?
Oh, other than just having free time with my wife, just free time to play video games straight up. As an adult, I get so little free time now compared to when I was a kid that if I could just have nothing to do in a weekend than just go off the grid and play video games, play whatever games I'm trying to catch up on, that would be my ideal weekend straight up.
Nice. What a
Yeah.
great way to round off this interview, Ash.
Yeah.
Where can we find you on social media?
So you can find me at Ash Paulsen, just my name, ASHPAULSEN on Twitter. And you can follow me there I mainly just talk about video games, video game music. I'm a huge video game music fan, dogs, food, all good things. So you can find me there on Twitter. Also, Good Vibes Gaming is on Twitter. You can find me there as well. And you can find Good Vibes Gaming on YouTube and on Patreon. And you can check out all the different tiers we offer our patrons. We offer lots of cool perks to people who support us on Patreon, but definitely at least check us out on YouTube. It's just we're a pillar. We try to be a pillar of positivity and inclusivity in the gaming community. We lead with the values of like I said, inclusivity, positivity, uplifting marginalized voices, mental health awareness in the gaming space, all sorts of good stuff. So definitely check us out there. And especially if you were a fan of what we did at GameXplain, you'll love what we're doing here.
Wonderful. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So to you at home, thank you so much for watching this. I appreciate it so much. Go follow Ash on every single platform he has. He's such a wholesome human being, and he's always so sweet when I talk to him. So I appreciate having someone that I can always blab about Parappa to, or if I want to gush about the Beard Burger Man or Colonel Noodles, or have you seen that video where it's just called Chinese and it's just like, it's like these guys playing Parappa and then they just spam Colonel Noodles saying Chinese or something like that?
I have not, but I'm going to look that up now because that sounds great.
Yeah, I'll send you a video over Discord if that's okay.
Great. Sounds good.
To you at home. Yes, you, that is you. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay happy, and we'll see you around. Bye. And cut.